Here with Polly and John Bennett. We've had an amazing response at Villages-News.com to your story, Polly and John. Can you explain what happened to people? What kind of visa do you have, and when did you find out it wasn't going to be renewed?
Well, I think I ought to leave him to do this one. Go on. As you're the one who does it, I do the cooking.
We've been here for 10 years. Every 2 years we reapply for our E2 business visa, and normally there's no problem. And this time they suggested they weren't sure about it, because we weren't employing enough staff in their view. So we immediately sent them a letter reassuring them that we would put a manager in straight away, get some extra staff. We already had some part-timers, and we said, you know, we will do that immediately. And they left us for a whole 2 weeks, and then they wrote back and just said no.
That was on Good Friday, they said.
Instead of saying, we understand that you're going to put this right straight away.
We'll give you a year to do it or whatever.
There was just a no, and immediately afterwards it says there's no right of appeal, and so that's kind of the end of the story. And they gave us 2 weeks to leave the country.
So you've been here almost 10 years, and they gave you
been here 10 years.
2 weeks. You now have this. Polly's Pantry is now for sale, and you're going to sell your house, and you're going to England. I guess you said Sunday, Polly. You're going to be leaving.
That's
and
correct.
We don't have a home in England.
Yeah.
So you're going to be living in a hotel.
Well, I'm with friends on their sofas. So do you call them sofas over here? I don't know what you call them.
How has this affected you, Polly? It's devastating. How do you deal with something like this, and how does it shape your feelings about America?
Well, to be honest, if we didn't have a faith in God, I think I would be in a worse state. At the moment, I'm not getting much sleep, and I do cry about it. We love America, and we always had the American flag in our house and said to our kids, it's the greatest country on earth. So it's really sad, but we don't want to leave here with negative feelings. So
you still have good thoughts.
We've loved it. We've loved it.
Some people have said, Polly, if you and John loved America so much, why didn't you become citizens?
Oh, please, we would have loved to.
Why not?
We don't know their stuff.
It's not an option that is available to English people unless they marry an American or are sponsored by a company.
Yes.
Okay.
So we had advice from 2 or 3 visa specialists who made it very clear. It's not an option for you.
And your visa is E2, which is for entrepreneurs, and basically it allows you to hire Americans. Is that basically how it works? That you have to hire Americans?
You're allowed to work in the business.
Okay.
The idea is that you promote
business
opportunities for Americans to work. Which we have done.
People, go ahead.
But also, you're supposed to help the economy. Well, when we came here, we lost 3 condos, $750,000, not because of us, but because guys were selling mortgages to dogs, apparently, and so it was tough.
In these past 10 years, Polly, you and John have paid Social Security. You paid federal income tax.
Yes.
So you paid taxes, you paid Social Security.
Yes.
So it's not like you've been here freeloading.
No, we haven't taken anything from this country. We volunteer for various things as well. We have 2 orphanages in India that we solely fund. I go into schools and talk to women's groups.
You're a speaker. And
I'm a public speaker.
And you've written many books.
And the dream was to make it as a writer. Okay. Absolutely. But in terms of selling up all of this, 2 weeks is no time. It's more loss for us. We've already suffered and endured great loss, and this is yet further loss.
What made Polly's Pantry such a special place? Because so many people have written to the Village News how much they love this place. Little girls, grandmothers, old people, young people. What was the magic here in Polly's Pantry?
I think it was a place where the dollar wasn't the top priority. And I think, in a way, a lot of Americans have lost that aspect of their life. You know, it's all hurry, hurry, and the dollar, the dollar, the dollar, the dollar. That they've lost out on friendship, warmth, and that sort of thing.
You find it here?
And they find it here. I had a woman the other day come, and she said that she'd been wandering around an antique mall crying because she just heard that her son had had a heart attack, and then she thought, what am I doing here? I should be at Polly's Pantry. I'm going to get lovely food and a hug. And we do lots of hugging here, lots and lots and lots of it.
I guess
and people give me gifts, people send me letters, and whenever I get them, I look at John and I say, well, what other restaurant do people write and letters saying we've had the most wonderful experience, or give you gifts, or say this is my great grandmother's, I want you to have it. I get that all the time.
And again, Polly, you're not leaving with any anger in your heart?
No.
Just love for your experience here?
Yes, I mean, it's tough to have this sort of loss yet again, and to be going home homeless. I as a kid of 17 and a half coming out of children's homes, I was homeless then, so I'm having to face that same fear. But I have a faith in God, and you know, it's not the end. It's never the end until the fat mama sings, and we're not there. We're not at that stage yet.
Thank you so much, Polly.
My pleasure.
Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you very much.